So let's begin with something called site structure analysis. When you're developing your site, we need to ensure these are the factors that are implemented during the development cycle so that you do not need to rework on them once your website goes live. First come first is to ensure that your URL always begins with www. The reason Google appreciates domains that has www before it. You'll always find a lot of domains appearing as xyz.com as against www.xyz.com. They might have another version of it also. The issue arises is Google considers them to be separate domains. One is www.xyz.com and xyz.com. Even though you are the same, Google will consider them to be separate URLs, and hence an area of duplicity might arise. In order to evolve that, number one is during the development cycle, use www.xyz.com, or if you have two versions, implement a 301 permanent redirect from xyz.com to www.xyz.com. What is a 301 permanent redirect? If you have changed in the offline space, come back. If you have changed your address, you have this registered in a company where you're working, in your social profiles, you redirect people who knew you with your previous address to the new address, a permanent redirect. The same thing applies here. 301 permanent redirect is redirecting the search engines permanently to come to your new address. Next, the overlay or primary menu, as we discussed while building a website. Here we have taken two cases. One is a marketplace, macmetrip.com, and second, an individual player in their domain, convonix.com. MacMyTrip, why do we call it a marketplace? Because it is providing various services that it does not own. For example, flights. It will provide flights for Jet, it will provide flights for Indigo Airlines, SpiceJet, Air India, etc. etc. It does not own anything of its own, but it's partnering with an actual service provider and providing the services online. The same thing goes for hotels, holidays, flight player hotels, bus, trains, etc. etc. So it's a marketplace for tourism related service, travel and tourism related service. Now look at the way they have implemented the primary menu or the site structure. So you have flights, hotels, holidays, flight plus hotel, bus, trains, deals and stories. Under flights, everything that has got to do with flight booking, international, domestic, multi-trip, single trip, economic class, business class, everything. With hotels, again, the same thing. International hotels, domestic hotels, within cities. The same thing with holiday packages and the others. So every other service, different service is categorized separately. This, as I said before, from a search engine point of view, you get separate pages to optimize for separate keywords, and you make a direct communication with the user who is looking for a specific service. So as a user, if I'm coming in, I need to book flights, I know where to click. I want to book a hotel, I know where to click. I want to book a holiday package, I know where to click. This helps in better lead generation. The same thing holds good if you look down to this Convonix site, a home page that tells you obviously the main doorway page through where you enter a site or a store. Then under corporate, it's more about the company. Services will detail as to what kind of services they provide. Our work will tell you the kind of clientele that this company has, so that if any particular business owner is looking to avail the services, they'll generate a trust factor that they've serviced this kind of clients, hence they can be trusted and can be approached. Blog will detail everything that's happening within the digital marketing industry, within the company. News, where has this company been in the news within the digital marketing sector? Research, what are the new things that have come up within this industry? Careers, the current job openings, contact us, the physical location of the company, as well as a form if you want to communicate with them and request a quote. And then, as I told you, you need to connect your social profile. So you see the Facebook icon there. This lends credibility to your social profile, saying that this is the legitimate social profile for this particular brand. Then implement a footer. Footer contains all important links which you want your users to navigate and view. Now In the primary menu, you cannot have all links placed. The size will increase. It's usually done via drop down or through click. But in the footer, all important links can be placed where you want users to navigate to. The links present in the footer are also indexed by Google and other search engines. Why? Because the header and footer is constant throughout all the pages in the website, and the way Google indexes it is first checking the URL, the brand logo, the header, the cache, the text that is present in the web page, and then the footer. Since the header and footer is common throughout the website, that is indexed on a permanent basis. Then an HTML sitemap. Your site has been structured and you have a lot of categories. Within those categories, you will have a lot of subcategories. So all those categories and subcategories needs to be implemented in the HTML sitemap. It lists down all important links present in the site, primarily the primary pages. So if I had like flights, I'll show you the flights page, but I cannot tell you which all flights do I have. I have a whole lot of flights. That is not possible to implement in an HTML sitemap. Same thing with hotels. I cannot implement every other hotel that I have within the HTML sitemap. So if there are two kinds of things, if I have a flight to Jaipur, I can tell you the location, but I cannot tell you the airline carrier. That cannot be implemented here. The sitemap needs to be implemented on the footer of a website, because since the header and footer is indexed, the sitemap containing again all the major links will be indexed also. So the more URLs of your website that is indexed, there are better chances of it appearing in search engine page result. So once you're done with your site structure analysis, you need to get started with your URL architecture. So if you're a tour operator and you want to showcase your hotel services, you need to have a separate category mentioned for it. Let it read www.operator.com/hotels. The content, most relevant content that a user is looking for with the right mix of keywords. If you're offering hotel services, hotel booking services within a selected geography, you need to ensure every other major hotel within that selected geography is present, or hotels falling within that geography. So if I am providing hotel services in India, I'll have hotels in Jaipur, hotels in Delhi, hotels in Bangalore, Kolkata, Mumbai, every other major cities that India has. And then there should be an option to place an order or a number to contact to avail the services. So let's go to the site called MakeMyTrip.com. MakeMyTrip.com is a leading tourism service provider in India. I open MakeMyTrip.com and I click on hotels. Check the URL it goes to. It reads www.makemytrips.com/hotels. Within the hotel sections, I have every other city that is present in India to avail their hotel services. I click on Bangalore. Then I'm redirected to a page that has all hotels connected to Bangalore. It reads makemytrip.com/hotels/bangalorehotels.html. So this page will only have every other hotel within Bangalore. Check out the URL structure. It maintains a hierarchy. The home page first, then the category, and then the subcategory or the product. Another thing that you need to look out for is the breadcrumb. This one that you see highlighted in red below. Home, how has your customer journey been defined? You came to the home page, you clicked in hotels in India, and then you moved to Bangalore hotels. So out of 31,834 hotels that MakeMyTrip offers, almost 1,500 hotels are from Bangalore. This is your customer journey that has been defined, and it's done through a breadcrumb which needs to be present in the website. Then, as I said, content and interlinking. So Bangalore hotels. Bangalore hotels is the content title. This page details or talks about hotels present in Bangalore. It is very important for all pages to have a content and a title defining the content present in the page. It says, choose from below 1482 hotels, available hotels in Bangalore. book online to great deals and discounts on Bangalore hotels in just one click. So the keyword Bangalore hotels online, book Bangalore hotels online is present. It gives you the number of hotels that are being provided. It gives you an option of finding out hotels by popularity, star and user ratings, and by price. So the entire usability cum SEO factor is present. As a user, what all do you need? You need to find out which are the most popular hotels in Bangalore. You need to find out which are the most popular hotels that previous users who have used it, how they're rating it. You'll want to distinguish it by price and obviously the star ratings. A hotel with a higher star might just have a higher price value. So from a user's, this is there. From keywords perspective and content title perspective, everything is present. The interlinking, as I said, every other hotels that McPetrip is catering to has links present to separate landing pages within the same website. So it's a complete page that caters to search engines and users. Actually, if it caters to users, it will cater to search engine. Usability factors that we need to keep in mind while structuring a page, right from the URL to the header and footer to everything. The messaging must be clear. The kind of products and services that you're providing should be clear, well categorized, well mentioned, highlighted. Proper primary menu and footer, contact us details. The download time of the site should be minimum. And apart from internet connections, if users are finding it difficult to download your site, which means if it's heavy, there's going to be a high bounce rate. People are just going to close and move on. The goals should be well defined. If you're looking to generate bookings for hotels and flights, under tabs you can say book cheap flights, flights to Bangalore at 3,000 rupees only. So the kind of advertisements that you do creatively within the homepage of your website is going to generate better clicks. Actionables highlighted, the same thing. The more you highlight actionables like click here, download now, better user engagement is expected. No application errors. So if a user clicks on an actionable or on a goal like book a ticket online and he goes to a page like a 404 page and he does not find content, it's an application error, which means the entire customer journey evolves to zero. Hence you lose out on a goal, you lose out on a customer, and in process a loyal customer. So once you're done structuring and creating your website, the first and foremost thing you need to do is to submit it to Google for indexing. This is done by using the add URL feature. So you Google add URL and be redirected to a page. It's called Search Console or Google Webmasters, through which you can submit your site to Google to have it indexed. So we are done with structuring your website, competition analysis, URL architecture, header footer analysis, HTML sitemap, and then submitting to Google. So the creation or the product part is over.